Hello and welcome to ACS Golf and today's video. Basically what I'm doing for you guys today is going through all the clubs so far that I've reviewed for you guys through the ACS Golf Scale and to give you those best clubs so far in each category. So driver, fairway wood, etc., for what I think have been the best clubs so far that I've reviewed. So if you're new to the channel, basically do reviews, every week, released on Sunday, of new, old, second-hand, etc. golf clubs that I think are really good deals or something that I think you guys should go out and try. So do remember to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of those reviews. Now, I've been doing this for, well, technically August last year, but really kicking on from December. So like I said, I just thought it was a really good idea because we're halfway through the year. Well, just at the end of June today, so 30th of June, to basically have a look at what I've reviewed so far and tell you guys what I think so far what I've done is been the best in each category. And what I will do, by the way, is I'll leave links to each of these videos so you guys can go and check those out if you haven't already seen them. And then the idea when we get to the end of this year, I'll do it again so you guys can see, well, what I think is the best clubs all year. And then we'll go in a bit more detail and probably some runners up, etc. But I thought just halfway through the year, let's have a look. Now, if you're new to the channel, the ACS Golf Scale is basically 5 categories. We've got distance, feel, looks, price, and forgiveness. 1 out to 5, 5 being the best, 1 being the worst. So there you go. Now let's go into the first club, which is the driver. Now, I've actually got a tie at the top of the driver. So what I've done is the idea to find out what I think is the best club is I've taken the average of all of those 5 categories and obviously the highest average wins. I actually have a draw. So I have 3.6 for 2 clubs. One club is this. It's the current driver in my bag. If I can get it out without my bag falling over. There you go. It's a TaylorMade Stealth 2. Now, the category basically for this distance for me, I had a 4 out of 5. Feel was a 3.5 out of 5. Looks, 4.5 out of 5. I think it's gorgeous. Price was a 2. It is a brand new club this year, so you're going to be paying a premium for it. So that's why it's 2. And forgiveness, I'm actually giving it 4. This is not the most forgiving model. It is the HD model, but it is very good. The idea, this year for Stealth 2 was forgiveness. So there you go. That was 1 at the top. Now, the club that I've actually gone and I've actually given winner, what I think personally for me beats this, not necessarily beats this in performance, but beats it more because of the price, etc. What I think is more of a bargain. I wouldn't say this is a bargain. I think you buy this, this is what this is. This is, this is the expensive club. You're going to have to spend the money for it. So I wouldn't say it's a bargain, but there you go. Put that to the side rather than trying to put it back in the bag there. It took me about half an hour. So the club that I've gone for the winner, which on average is, again, it's the same as the Stealth, so 3.6, was the Titleist TS3 driver from 2019. Let's have a quick photo of that to show you guys what it is. There you go. Now, across the board for me, distance again was 4, so very good, such as like the Stealth. Feel was 4, a little bit better for me. Obviously, I prefer titanium face. I'm not too sure still about that carbon face, but there you go. Looks 3. Tightness for me is it's quite bland, but some people might disagree there. Price, this is the better point here, is 4. So price is 4 out of 5. And then forgiveness is 3 because the TS3 is that sort of more better players model. And that gives, and the reason I've sort of gone for that over the Stealth is basically more because of the price. Because 3.6 is an absolutely great driver. The moment I picked it up, I could hit it. Really happy with it. And it's because you can pick it up over here in the UK anyway for about £130. Perfect. So that's my winner for category in the drivers, the Titleist TS3. Go check it out if you're in the USA, Canada, Australia, wherever you're watching this in the world. If you're looking for a new driver and you want to go down the Titleist route, and you're quite a confident ball strike, you don't have to be perfect, but quite a confident ball strike of the driver, do check out the Titleist TS3 because the price of it is dropping. The TSR and the TSI, so the price is dropping. And as I always say, with this newer sort of equipment compared to the older stuff, there's really not that much regression because we are at the limits of what we are allowed via the rules of golf. So don't be afraid to put a club in from 2015, 2016, 2017, 18, etc. You know, because if it works for you, I guarantee it could perform just as well as the new stuff. You know, and this, let's be honest, is a Sim 2. So there you go. So TaylorMade loved it so much they made a second one of it. So there you go. They did the Sim 2, enjoyed it so much, and they made the Stealth 2. Pretty much exactly the same, and made it red. But hey ho, that's the way it is. And I will get a Sim 2 in my hand soon, I hope, because I do really want to test it against that, because that's what I've heard. Personally, for me, I haven't tested that, but a lot of people who also do reviews of clubs have mentioned that it's pretty much just a red Sim 2. So do be aware of that. Now, honourable mention 4 is also, for me, it's a Cobra LTD-X driver. I've had that in the bag for a while myself before I went to the Stealth. Just I couldn't really get the spin right for me, but that is a great driver if you're looking for next year. It looks good, it goes far, it's forgiving, and the price is under £200, so under $250. Do check that out. That's an honourable mention because it's a great club. So do check that out. Now, on to fairway woods. So my winner with an average of 3.7 is the TaylorMade Sim 2 Titanium Rocket. Now, here's a picture of the club. So with the Rocket, now if I go through obviously the categories, distance was 4.5 out of 5, very good for a fairway wood, very good distance. Feel was 4, enjoyed it. Looks was 4, thought it was good. Price was 3, and forgiveness was 3. Obviously, the Titanium is not their most forgiving model, the Max is, so do be aware of that. But the main reason I think it won is because of the price point, really. Titanium, if you go specifically for the Rocket, people see the titanium, and titanium price is a little bit higher, but if you go for the Rocket, you sort of get the 120, £150 mark. So trying to do maths in my head, under $200, etc. Now, and you can get them for under £100, under $125, because people look at a Rocket, which is, I think it's 14 degrees off the top of my head, and they're looking at, oh, that's too low. I'm on a 15-degree head, so, I don't need a Rocket. I don't need that low launching bullet. But then the great thing about sim clubs and the majority of modern day clubs is you can adjust the loft. So you can adjust that Rocket up to 15 degrees, up to 15.5 degrees, and then you save yourself a bit of money and pretty much have a normal 3-wood. Now, don't get me wrong, it does open or close the face. I can't remember which one when it comes down to the TaylorMade. I think it will actually close the face more. So if you increase the loft, it closes the face. If it was, say, tightness, for example, they can actually do the loss without closing or opening the face. So it will close the face. So it will put a bit more of a draw on it. But some of you guys might need that. So there you go. So there's my winner for the fairway woods. Now, on to the hybrid. So for me, the hybrid that wins with an average of 3.9. I think it's actually the highest average of everything. Let me just check. Yes, it is this bad boy. There he is, right in front of me. I couldn't find him for a sec. So many clubs everywhere. Is this the PXG 0211 fairway wood from 2019, actually, this model. If I just go through, to get to that average, so distance was 4 out of 5, feel was 3.5 out of 5, looks was 4 out of 5. I really do like the looks there. Price 4 out of 5, and forgiveness 4 out of 5. For me, it's a great club. I actually have this in the bag at the moment. I love it. It's just a prime example of PXG where, their 0211 lineup, even though it's a lot cheaper than their main ones, they're still very good. You can pick these up for between £50 and £80. So under £100, 2019 club, under $100. Yes, perfect. Love it. Great option. If you're looking for a new fairway wood, do check this one out from 2019. How much has this changed compared to the new models? I can't imagine that much. But I love it. It's great. It's in my bag. Very happy with it. So there you go. Honourable mention goes to the Sim Hybrid, which is now cheaper as well, which is an absolute rocket machine. I'll be like 5 out of 5 distance. So if you want that. It's just the Simax one. If you want that, I'm trying to think then, Simax, yes. So if you want a bit more distance, have a look at that because that's fantastic as well. Now on to the irons. Iron set that I used to have, and I decided I needed a little bit of forgiveness and got rid of it, but still very much a set of irons I absolutely adore. I sort of wish I still have them at the moment, but never mind, just because I'm hitting my irons better. And those are the Mizuno MP20 MMCs. Let's have a quick photo of them to show you guys. There you go. So for them, obviously being that sort of elite player, cavity back, distance 3 out of 5, not expecting too much with distance really. It's all about control and feel. Feel 4.5 out of 5, lovely. Looks 4.5 out of 5, gorgeous things. Price 3.5 out of 5, and forgiveness 2.5 out of 5. So on an average 3.6. So just, just enough forgiveness there that you can have that sort of blade-like iron, which looks very good, feels absolutely great. So they are worth it. If you're looking for that next step up, with irons, and you've sort of got the, distant player irons such as I have over here. I'm playing with the JPX Hot Metal at the moment. So those, it's not distance irons, is it? It's game improvement irons. There you go. We got there in the end. So game improvement irons, which I'm currently playing with, and you want to make that step up. They're great options. I love them. The feel of them were great. Distance wise, you don't have those clubs distances, spin rate, stop rate, etc. Fantastic clubs. Personally, the reason I got rid of them is because I started playing even worse than I normally do, and in winter I was getting punished. But in summer, I'm hitting my irons really well at the moment, getting the handicap down. I do wish I had them bad because I love them and I do miss them. So they are the winners for me in the iron category with an average of 3.6, which has obviously been brought down with the forgiveness, etc., and distance. But they're great. Price wise, you're looking about £350. So there you go. So under the £400 mark and under that sort of, I don't know, $450, $500 mark as well. Great option, really great option. If you're looking for Mizunos, because a lot of people don't think about that. They go for the MP20, obviously the blades, because Pacific for them. Or people go for the HMBs that are, sort of a bit more chunky, to a bit more forgiveness. A lot of people don't think of the MP20 MMCs, and so you can get some good deals out there on them. So do have a look out for them if you're looking for that sort of more more improvement irons. You want the look of the blades. You love the feel of them, but you just want that little bit more forgiveness. They are great, so do check them out. Okay, now on to wedges. So wedges is the King Cobra Mim wedge with an average of 3.4. Let's have a quick photo of that. Sorry. So there you go. Now with this, average of 3.4 as I mentioned. So distance 2.5 is a wedge. I don't really look into distances. All wedges that I reviewed so far, I give them 2.5. For me, a wedge isn't about distance. If you need to hit it a bit less, you change the loft, get a different lofted one. You need it a little bit more, you get a stronger lofted one. So no, so I don't really pay attention to distance. When it came down to feel, it was a 3.5. Looks 3, price 4. I did like the look of them, and forgiveness 4 as well, because they're a little bit more chunky than say the MG2s I have in my bag, TaylorMade ones. So had that little bit more forgiveness there with that. So got that 3.4. Price wise, you're looking at 40, sort of 50 quid, pounds over here. Sorry, in the UK, it's about $75. I just think they're a really good option. So do check them out if you're looking for wedges. Now, finally on to putters. So I've done quite a few putter reviews. I've done a Yes putter review. I've done obviously my Bertinardi review. I've done a Scotty Cameron review for you guys. But the only one I've actually reviewed this year under the ACS Golf Scale was actually the Nike, which I don't think would really do it justice. So even though it's not on the scale, the putter that I am picking for best putter that I've reviewed so far for you guys is the Bertinardi, always forget the name of it. So SS28 slot back. Lovely. Now for me, the reason I picked this is number one, I've had it in the bag over winter. I have changed it out in summer just because I needed something a little bit more finesse. This is still a lovely feel, quite soft, but I struggle with distances when the greens are absolutely rapid. So do be aware of that. And the reason I've gone for this is if I went through the ACS golf scale here right now with you, distance, NA, doesn't obviously don't matter about putter. Feel, I'd give this a 4. Really like the feel. If I miss it, I know. Looks, I love that sort of slot back look there, and the basic look as well of it. It's very nice, and obviously the grooves in the front. I give it a 4. Price now, this is the interesting one. So I would give this a 4, and I'll explain why in a second. Even though it's not the cheapest putter, and then forgiveness. This is a mallet. Well, sort of, a little bit more weight at the back. So you do have a little bit of forgiveness. I'll give it a 3 for that. But the reason I picked this is because of the price and because Bettinardi is up there with obviously your Scotty Camerons, with your Toulons, with your, more expensive brands. But in the second-hand market, especially over here in the UK, people don't think about them. So even though they're premium like Scotty Cameron, this only a few years old, you're picking up for the same price as a Scotty Cameron that's 10 years old. And that's why, for me, I put it in as the best putter I've reviewed so far, because it is that premium, extremely premium putter with everything, head cover, grip, and it's a fraction of the price. I mean, you can get them for around £150 here in the UK, so $100, $200. It's a great option there if you're looking for that premium putter and you want to spend a bit more money, because in the end of the day, this thing is the club that you're going to use the most out on the golf course. You shoot, I don't know, say 83. I shot the other day at Hersham, shot an 83. Putting wise, 33 putts. So the majority of the time, I was using this. So, if you want to invest your money into something, tends to be the putter. So, and you really want a premium one, it feels nice, looks nice, really well-round name, then yeah, Bettinardi is the one. So there you go. That's a run through of basically the best clubs I've reviewed for you guys so far this year. We'll have an update at the end of the year, and we'll be interested to see if these clubs still stay at the best or if other clubs are coming, which I think are better. So yeah, so remember to subscribe to the channel so you do not miss that at the end of the year. Give this video a like, and put down in the comments for me, what clubs have you tried this year that you really have enjoyed and, you think are the best out there at the moment for yourselves. So do leave that in a comment. Okay, guys, now I'll see you on Sunday for the next ACS Golf review. See you then. Bye-bye.